Hello! What's up, guys? How are we all doing? Sorry for the wait, I was wrapping things up with a friend and getting ready to make some coffee, actually. I am dragging a little bit of ass. You know, as we do, as it happens. Because it's been a busy weekend. Put my headset back up. And also because I was at the store and I had seen some New Orleans style coffee. Batback, hello! How are you doing, dude? But yeah, I saw some New Orleans style coffee, which is usually just a dark roast with some chicory in it, and thought that sounded appropriate for today's dish, for the gumbo. So you're gonna see me brew a little bit of coffee, and then we'll be getting into the actual making of everything. And apologies, I'm again going to be having the fan on me. So, yay. A light droning going on in the background. Let me also change the tunes. Yeah, we're making gumbo today. I'm very excited for this. I've been craving some gumbo, and I've been wanting to work on my roux preparation. Roux can be tricky sometimes, but that's okay. Feel good? Hey. Oh, thank you, Batback. It's very kind of you to say. Coffee. Gonna make a little bit of coffee. For those who do not have an electric, I was gonna say electric skillet. That's not what this thing is. It's a kettle. Get yourselves an electric kettle. They're great to have. You just boil water at the press of a button. Batpack, have you been up to any exciting adventures? It's gonna be a little tricky. Whoops, that's too much. Sort of. If you've ever done a pour over drip style coffee, you know you want to let it bloom for a little bit, give it a little bit of a stir. Let that coffee off gas for just a moment. Only like 30 seconds. Also, I've never actually used this particular pour over, so we'll see if it works out. Oh, how I love winging things. You went on a little vacation. Nice. Too much work? That is such a mood. Me? You want to know about me? Well, I've done very little lately, other than a lot of work, and I am now back in school. I am officially a college student once again, and that's okay. It's stressful. It's going to be fine. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I am a fan of being a student. I've always actually, well, since I've been an adult, I've actually always enjoyed school. I've enjoyed going to classes and learning and the whole education process. Because it just feels like progress, you know? And progress feels good. So, That part I am happy about. But still. Still, you know. Just a little bit of a... Try to give a little bit of a little shimmy sham. A little bit of a swirl, a little bit of a swizz. But it's cool. It can be stressful. High expectations for myself. And I've done the real pro gamer strat move of starting a very complex series in the summer term. Which, for those in the know, summer term is a whole month shorter than the rest of the year. Big brain on my part, right? I forgot all about that until I was looking at the schedule and the the tests, when things would be due, and it's like there's only 2 months on this. Why are there only 2 months? There should be another one. Like, oh no, that's right. I'm a fool. An absolute maroon. That's enough. That's enough water. We've dripped on down. That'll probably be fine. I should actually put a paper towel underneath that, just... because it will keep dripping, actually. I'm gonna come back. There'll be a sea of coffee. Alright, so like I said, we're making gumbo today. The one ingredient I was actually afraid that I wouldn't be able to find was okra. Turns out, and a whole dang bunch of it in the freezer. So we got ourselves some frozen okra. Bloop. Good old Kroger brand okra. Probably a real solid 10 out of 10. See how our coffee is. Smells like coffee. You can see that that's that nice black juice. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. For those who have never had chicory coffee, give it a shot sometime. Maybe not like a canned in store. Go to New Orleans. Go get the real stuff. Book your flight. Head out now. What are you waiting for? Start booking. There we go. Okay. We gotta roast this. First step is we are roasting our okra. So I need bowl. People complain about okra as they say, oh, it's so slimy, it's so gross, it's just a bad texture. I'm fairly confident those people have never really had that good of okra, or not cooked that well. I've always had it after it's been roasted. And roasting seems to take out a lot of that gooiness. That gooiness, though, is also another thing that helps thicken broths and it doesn't thicken starches. Broths, stews, soups, whatever. Liquids. It is basically a kind of starch, I think. I could be mistaken. I'm going to put another pinch of salt in there. Salt, pepper, oil. Onto a baking sheet. My oven is already been preheating to about 400. And, oh, that's right. I'm gonna use the peanut butter. Not peanut butter. Peanut oil. Give it a nice little drizzle there. Give it a good swizz. Just move you a little bit more. Just get everything all fairly coated. You can actually already see a little bit of that goo that I was talking about. There's a little string. Let's see if you can actually see some of that. And there's little sticky strings of stuff in there. And that's what I was just talking about. That's the goo. But the goo is fine, because you can get it to basically cook out. On our sheet pan, I'm gonna go put down some parchment paper. Parchment paper is not wax paper, just in case you're curious. This is too big. Parchment paper is infused with silicon. Wax paper is infused with wax. If you're cooking in higher heat, I just realized I didn't put the notice out in Discord. 1 second, I should do that. If you're cooking with high heat, use parchment paper, otherwise your food will taste like crayons. It was too short. It was too skinny, too thin. Yeah, once I gotta do the notification for all the people that might want to see me. Discord is thinking real hard. There it goes. There we go. Okay, that's better, at least. 3-year-olds dream crayon-infused foods. Also, something I wanted to trigger before I got too far into this. We hit our follower goal of 280 last night, thanks to thicccccen. I think that's their name. It was an absolutely lovely streamer. She was also playing Hollow Knight. I'm gonna make one more strip of this just to make sure. Ah. All right, let's get that spread out. Oh yeah, that's the gooey, slimy goodness. Parchment paper's not gonna do any good. All right, we want to spread out. Spread out. All going so well. So we don't want to steam our veggies. If we wanted to steam them, we would just put them in a steaming basket. Yeah, try to get things as spread out as possible. Where'd my paper towels go? There they are. So again, we got a neutral oil. We've got salt and pepper. You know what? It's fine. It's just gonna get in the way. Go there. It's fine. Kitty! Hello. How are you doing? All right. Okra. In the oven. Are you ready? Is everyone ready for the screech? It's good to see you, Kitty. It's always good to see you. I'm happy you're here. How's your day going? I hope it's going absolutely lovely. All right. So, what do we want to do next? What should we do next? In fact, you know what we should do next? We should prep all of our veggies so that we don't need to worry about anything else while we are working on the roux. The roux does take a little bit of attention, takes a little bit of time to do its thing. Be here, it's going. Hokies. Very funny. Well, I had a thought to go with Life is Funny. I forgot what that is. But I'm sending you hugs. And I hope that helps. It's all I can do from out here, right? I'm doing pretty okay. Similar. Life is kind of funny. Just stressful. In a good way, of course. In my realm, it's a good stress. At least that's what I'm gonna have to tell myself in order to get through it. Veggies. It's a nice thing about the gumbo is it's actually not a whole lot of ingredients. Boop. I'm gonna work that oil into the table. Go. Mm-hmm. What's that shining up at the camera? It sure was. What veggies do we use? I need to be cooking my rice. 1 second. We need to be cooking our rice. We're gonna be serving this over rice. You haven't got yourself a rice cooker yet. What are you doing? Also going to be moving the rice cooker to a different circuit of my apartment. By the way, this, I think I mentioned before, there's lines on this bowl that correspond to how many cups of rice. Now, when the rice cooker is calling for cups, it's not talking about actual cups, not measuring cups. This is not what I would use to measure out 2 cups of rice for that. It's literally this cup. This is the cup that came with this. So it wants 2 cups of rice. I'm gonna measure out 2 cups of rice of this. All the rice. Rice is good. Rice is cheap. Versatile. Bloop. Once upon a time, I didn't really like rice because it was always just served by itself. Make some rice tonight. Hey, here you go. But yeah, just rice served by itself is not my favorite thing in the world. It's gotta have other stuff. Like, I don't know, jambalaya or gumbo. These are good things to serve rice on. Now we rinse our rice. Get all that extra dust, that extra starch off. Sometimes we will toast our rice. This is not one of those times. We toast our rice when we want more flavor. And we're not doing it this time because I am feeling a little lazy, to be absolutely honest. Alright, that was 5 rinses. Just gonna use the marks on the side of the bowl to determine how much water is needed. That's about good. Doesn't have to be exact, just has to be close. Similar to how somebody grew up hating it, right? Or anything, yeah. I was always kind of fortunate. Mom was pretty good about cooking veggies. There were definitely some I didn't like because they were just bitter or gross at the time. Brussels sprouts definitely come to mind. And something I was reading recently, I don't know if it's true, need to fact check it, but like we as a society have actually made Brussels sprouts and spinach less bitter, so that they're more palatable, so people are more willing to eat them, and we do that through selective breeding, genetic modification. So yeah, those bitter Brussels sprouts we all hated as a kid, that's not what we're eating. It's not what we're eating anymore. And I love spinach now. I really do. It's really good. But I remember as a kid, it being gross and not wanting anything to do with it. So, fun! Other power circuit. 1 second. I'm going to be coming back into frame in a moment. Where am I going to put this? Over here. This is a little unorthodox, but I think it'll work. Probably. Rustle, 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 rustle. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Bang! You. Rice. In the rice cooker. If you don't have a rice cooker, you put it on a stove. You wait until it starts to boil. You bring that down to a simmer. Cover it for 15 minutes. Or whatever your rice instructions are. If you didn't dance during the rice cooker song, I'm ashamed of you. I'm back. Science. Lurk while you shower? Right on, dude. Get clean. Don't forget to... Never mind. Never mind, I was going to be a little bit lewd and crude there. I'm not going to do that, though. Get clean. Exactly. These veggies, they are all kind of... we could say hearty. They take a little bit of time to cook down, which is good news. That's great news for us. Do it. You cannot make me. It's good news for us that these are kind of, like I just said, a little bit harder. Not harder. They take a bit more time to cook down. Because that means there's no timing we have to worry about. Bowl. Actually, go over here. No timing we need to worry about. We can throw it all into the pot. Not that pot. We'll get to that pot in a second. We can throw it all in at the same time. It all cooks around the same time. The garlic, we are gonna like put that in towards the very end, because that doesn't take a long time to cook. I don't think I ever really realized how many dishes I cook that require an onion until I started doing these streams. Pretty sure we've had an onion in every single dish. I guess that's just kind of a testament to our love of the onion. I get people don't like raw onions. I really do. Raw onions can be harsh. Sorry, oven is making sizzlies. Raw onion can be harsh. It's not always a great flavor. I like it. Give me that onion, like this onion in particular, on a burger. Lovely. Actually, that's a problem. Whoa. Light reflects right in my eyes. Anyway. Not doing this to be fancy. Let me bring this closer, though. Ah. Fuck it, it's fine. Horizontal cuts. Vertical cuts. This is actually a sweet onion. I don't know if that's going to change anything in the recipe. It was just what was kind of rarely available because there was like 3 people stocking the produce bins when I got to the store today. And this was the only onions I could get to without making my way through them. So there's that. There was also some lady, not a worker or anything, just some NPC who was buying like 10 cloves of garlic, not cloves, heads, 10 heads of garlic. And so she's over there, just at the garlic bin, sifting through, looking for all the ones she wants. I'm like, I just want I just want this. I just want this. This is all I need. You're over here interfering with my garlic time. But it was fine. It was fine. You know, I just had to wait like 30 seconds for her to finish. And then I got my garlic. Garlic in the bowl. Garlic? No. Onion. This is an onion. Onion is not just big garlic, by the way. I don't know if you've ever been curious about that. Onion is its own thing. Same for shallots. Those are not just weird garlic. It's its own thing. Although there are, like, elephant garlic, which are just big garlic. I don't know if it tastes any different. I don't know if it's any worse, any better. We need... Actually, I think the recipe called for 2 stalks of celery. We can do a little bit extra. I think it also called for half an onion, so I'm already breaking rules. By the way, this combination right here of pepper, celery, onion when it comes to Creole and Cajun cooking, this is like the holy trinity. People will even call it that. This is the holy trinity of vegetables. This is where that kind of a lot of that iconic flavor is stemming from, these three vegetables. So for whatever reason, you are cooking Cajun, cooking Creole without these three, you're fucking up. You're doing it wrong. Get your shit together, Martha. Yeah. Top and tail. Almost forgot. So I'm just gonna split these lengthwise to start. Then we'll get the choppy chop. Get that happening. Break these down into some pretty small pieces. Basically a fairly fine dice. I really should, just for my own amusement and knowledge, figure out what the different names of dicing are. Like, depending on the size, they're called different things. Of course, these are all like French culinary rules, basically. Like, oh, you must chop all of your celery into 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch cubes. Do you? Do you really? Is it gonna taste bad or wrong if you do that? No. Of course not. It's gonna cook unevenly? Maybe. Is that a big problem? A big stinky problem? No. Of course not. Peppers. I'll go ahead and just like pull out most of the seeds and ribs. And I saw someone basically, I'm gonna bring this closer to the edge again so I can get my hand off the, let someone do a little something like this. Because you do want to try to get as much of the membrane off as well. I'm going way too deep. Way too deep. Okay, this is much harder than they made it look like. There we go. That's acceptable, I guess. There's still a little bit of membrane in here. It's fine. Won't be the end of the world. And if it is the end of the world, so be it. What a claim to fame of bringing about Armageddon because I chopped a bell pepper the wrong way. Nope. Too many thumps. Too loud of thumps. That's the sound of your knife edge. Going bye-bye. Again, a sharp knife is a happy knife. That's like the best way to not get cut in a kitchen, is by having as sharp a knife as possible. Again, that sounds counterintuitive. But sharp knives are not being sharp knives are not being forced. You're letting them do the work for you. When you start forcing knives around, that's a bad time. That's when they go where you don't want them to go, which is inside of you. There are many things that feel good when they're inside of you. We're not going to discuss those. Knives inside of you don't feel good. That's not good. There we go. What? Yeah, that was kind of not great, but it's fine. All right, got our Trinity, our goodness. Not too dissimilar from what you put on a Philly cheesesteak. Last thing. We've got our garlic. Okay, this one's... Sometimes you can kind of crack the cloves apart by pressing down on the top. This one doesn't want to do that. It's gonna make me look like a fool, which is rude. I haven't done anything to it. I just want inside of it. I want to consume its tasty flesh. 1, 2. And recipe called for 3 cloves. But we all know my opinion on garlic. Garlic is good. Garlic is the best. One of the best. We're gonna get like 4 good sized, plus that little guy. That guy knows what's coming for him. And I'm gonna be less precious about it this time. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of this, because honestly, I actually saw someone, let me actually check our okra really fast. I was watching a culinary, someone who graduated from Squeak, by the way, culinary school. And they were talking about, how they were taught how to prepare garlic. And that was an interesting thing, because I'd always originally heard, like, you do want to be a little bit precious with it. But no, they're like, smash it on your board. Smash it on the board, get all the paper out of there, and then dice, mince. Like, oh, that's so easy. Plan B being to just kind of scrape it on the board. Like, wow. I've got knowledge coursing through my brain. If you want to be a little bit safer about this than I am, use a bench scraper. It's actually probably a much better idea. Yeah, let's get all of our paper off. Again, I'm not a fan of like the garlic presses. I've seen them used plenty of times. I have one. And like, I guess they're okay in a pinch if you have to do a lot. At least the one I have. You don't really need to peel the garlic. You just press away. And all the paper just gets caught up inside of the mechanisms, and that's kind of annoying, to be honest. I'm also not a huge fan of using a microplane to take care of the garlic either. So like, yeah, grated garlic? No. That's the one time I did that, it was actually super bitter and like kind of burning. So I don't know what I could have done wrong, if there was something I did wrong with it, but it was not my favorite thing in the world. So I'm not gonna do that again. Again, knife work. Like, that's just a basis for learning how to cook things well, is getting good with your knives. This bowl is too big. Once you feel comfortable with your knives and you can process through all your produce, pretty fast. Yeah. At least in my case, in my experience, I don't see the need for things like that. Okay, this is the rest, or the last of our produce, actually. All that knife work I was just talking about, this is the end. We are, what? How far into this? We're just shy of an hour into the stream, and there was dicking around and making coffee and other things, so I would say if you weren't being distracted, 20 minutes of this sort of prep, 20 or 30 minutes. There we go. A lovely pile of garlic. My left hand is already very garlicky, so I'm just gonna use that to scrape everything in. Fantastic, wonderful, gorgeous. Boop. Gonna wash my garlicky hand. There's a dog outside. Hello, dog. Bork. Dog is playing. He's going fetch. He's like, play with me. I am dog. You should play. Or you can go catch rabbits. Or cows. I seem to be cattle dog. I've never seen cow in person. Let's go chase cow. Bet y'all didn't know I knew how to read dogs, did you? I know a thing or two about dog. Okay. Time for the roux, actually. Time to get this thing going. This was good. This was good coffee. Was it the best? Not really. But this is what I was just drinking. New Orleans' famous French market. It's just coffee and chicory. It is good. It is good. Is it the best? Nah. The king. Wait, what? Was? Roux? What? Oh. Roux. Sorry. My apologies, Kitty. I was very confused for a moment. Forgot who I was, what I was doing, where I am. Who are you people? Why are you in my home? Okay, all this stuff just gonna go to the side for a few minutes. And are we done with garbage bowl? Might be done with garbage bowl, but it's still just gonna hang out over here from, oh, I need to put the rice up. Ah, jeez, dude. I didn't put the rice up. Okay, roux. Traditionally, we are looking at about, oh, by the way, R-O-U-X, roux. It is French. It's traditionally about equal parts, roughly, more or less, flour and a fat. And you cook them down, you cook the flour. That's the main part that is actually changing color. You can have white roux, which are just basically cooked until the flour doesn't taste like flour anymore and still a very light color, to a blonde roux, to a brown roux, to a brick roux. I think those are at least some of the different colorations that you'll come across. What we are looking for Cajun cooking is a brick roux. You're looking for something very dark. Like it looks like ceramic clay. It's that very deep tan. So what we are using is all-purpose flour and butter. Let's see here, how much we got. And quick shout out to Mama Snare. She bought this for me. She bought me a whole new Dutch oven. It's so sweet of her. I love this color. This is such a nice color. Just that dark blue. I like blue. It's a good color. We're doing... Hold on a second. I seem to have dropped a lot of onion on the floor. And I'm stepping on it. It's giving me the agita. Because yes, I am barefoot. I'm in my own home. It's warm. There's no reason I'm gonna be wearing real pants or socks or shoes. What do you think I am? Someone who does that sort of thing? 3, 4, 5. Actually, they need just about this much butter. We're rocking 5 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Perfect. Let's get this plugged in. This will be a good first step. Boop. And then we will see how much my microphone is affected by this. Sorry, I'm looking at the voice meter while I'm... No? Okay, cool. Something we were noticing very extremely last week was this thing, not the pot, the induction was really interfering with the microphone. My theory, because I can actually hear it with the with my steel pans. It is, what I think is happening is that my steel pans are light enough and thin enough that this induction top, the way induction works is it creates alternating magnetic fields and does it very, very fast. And it does that so that basically the molecules inside your cooking vessels vibrate, and that's how it all heats up. So what I think is happening is that my steel pans are light enough and thin enough that they're actually resonating at a very, very high frequency. And my microphone was picking that up. It's either that or... And it wasn't happening with the cast iron. It wasn't doing anything with the cast iron. The cast iron was happy and fine and joyous. But I am experimenting with something different today. Usually I have a wire that leads from my microphone transmitter and to an actual proper lav mic. Transmitter also has a pretty good mic just built into the thing, so we're just trying it with that. So if something sounds wrong with my microphone, or if things sound really wrong, kindly let me know. I would appreciate that. All right, I need a 1/4 cup of flour. So it was, sorry, 1 second. 5 tablespoons of butter. And then, actually I'm gonna use silicon. I'll keep both these out. 5 tablespoons of butter, 1/4 cup of flour, but this is actually, just in case you're wondering, about 4 tablespoons of flour. I had to look up the conversion, but yeah, it's roughly 4 tablespoons equal 1 cup, because Lord knows, metric sucks. That little jab aside, it is very easy just to have, yep, a cup of something. You know, it's like, you need 20 grams of flour. Well, then now I am pulling out a scale and weighing out the flour. Don't need to be that precise. I say that, and then I look at recipes for like fondue. It says, you know, you need a cup of cheese. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It's like, how much is a cup of cheese? How big is the grate? How jam-packed are you? Just like, volumetric for some things doesn't work. There we go. Gonna let this stop foaming, I think. And if you are baking, that is another time where you do not want strictly volumetric measuring. You actually do want to measure by weight when you bake. Baking is far more of a science than people will give it credit for. Because acid and base actually matter for a lot of that. All right. Set that there for a moment. Our okra is done. We just want it to be cooked through. Have a couple, you know, browned little bits here and there. We're gonna ignore that over there. But yeah, okra's done. So oven is going off. I'm moving stuff around. And this is just gonna be, I'm gonna grab the hot pan. There we go. It's gonna live over off frame for a little bit. How are we looking? There we go. It's almost done foaming. There's some browning of the milk solids happening down there. Bring this back, bring it up to a 5. Just make sure we get everything kind of cooked and down, cooked and through. There we go. And then, yeah, sprinkle this on in. We'll have more foaming, and that's okay. We'll quickly stir everything together. Making sure there's no lumps. And turning this down. So, this is kind of the critical moment in this part. This is one where you actually do want to spend some time to pay attention, make sure everything is getting done right. Because a roux that gets burned, there's no saving it. So you want lowish heat, probably like medium to medium low. And just kind of give it a stir every now and then. We'll make sure everything is happy, it's copacetic. We're also not just using our eyes, we are using our sense of smell as well. It smells very buttery, slightly nutty right now. And we're just gonna keep letting it do its thing. This is the roux process. This is what you would consider probably a blonde roux right now. A white to a blonde. You can see we're already starting to get little wisps of darker color in here. Probably because I also let the butter brown a little bit. That gave us a little bit of a head start into the color. But what we are seeing as the roux gets darker, that's actually the flour basically caramelizing. If I'm not mistaken. I think that's kind of what it is. Looks like omelette. Kind of, right? It is a very liquidous, loose thing we got going on here. We're just gonna let that do its thing for a quick moment while I get this out of here. Crush, how was the shower? Are you a clean boy? Get rid of that. Oh, I need to turn the... I have this recipe up on my TV because it's a nice big screen and I can just kind of look back at it as I need to. And the TV is shut off because, you know, power saving modes. Okay. Okay. It was good. Working on work. Ah, nah. Alright, so. You can see it's getting much darker, much more tan. And a slight bit of foaminess on top definitely kind of throw off the color spectrum. That's okay. I am seeing like dark bits of milk solids that were in the butter. That's okay. That's fine. You can probably get away with that, or sorry, not get away with that, but get around that by using a liquid fat. You know, use your vegetable oil, use your avocado, use, I don't know, probably even use olive oil for this if you really wanted to. But yeah, this is thickening off quite nicely. And that, speaking of thickening, that is another thing that the roux is crucial for. Bork. There are the starches in the flours. Those are getting basically primed to explode when water hits it. And when they explode, they send out all of these like coiled proteins and coiled molecules that are really good at trapping and binding water. And that's how things get all nice and thick. Dummy thick, in fact. Oh, puppy out there is whining. Yeah, my window's open because it's warm in here. We get to hear the dog. Alright, this is almost where we want it. This is really, really close. Did I get a dorg? No, I didn't get a dorg. I wish I did. No, that's the neighbor dog. Like it's outside doing the playing. Okay, things move fast at this stage. I'm gonna bring this heat down one more time. Because again, a burned roux is unsalvageable. We're calling it right here. This is about the color of a brick roux. It's perfect. Perfect. So yeah, looking for that chocolatey, ceramic-y clay sort of color. Think about a brick, like a red brick. Okay. I'm gonna take it off here because I need the burner. And being in this cast iron, it will continue to kind of cook a little bit. My audio not totally screwed up. Demand noisy distortion. You know what? Actually, this could be a good time for a test. Let's actually test something really fast. Like I said earlier, I'm not using the wire for the wired lav mic. It's the built-in microphone on my transmitter. And I was attributing it to the thinner steel of the pans. So let's grab one of those pans and see what happens. Let's grab this pan. The neighbor's having a time with the dog. Alright, we're just gonna do a quick little test. Bark, 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 bark. Alright, so like I can hear that. I can hear the distortion that's happening within the pan. And I think it sounds like a pitch vibration to me. Definitely see something in this. Yep. There it is. Yeah. Just went away. We're ignoring the fact that it's also being washed out. It's fine. And now it went away. So it's on a lower power right now. But how audible is it when I... What time are we at? 1:13, okay. I was gonna do this, actually, I'm may or may not be visiting my mom this next week. By the way, Mom, I might be visiting you next week. I'm trying to figure out the schedule and time. Drone stream in the background. It's cut off big time. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. So now I'm going to just kind of keep talking through this. It's still medium heat. I'm going to turn that off. And what happened? I'm not seeing like crazy fluctuations on the meter anymore. Okay. I don't need the oven mitt for this. I don't know why. How hot is that? Wow, that's warm water. Who would have thought? This is actually, no, it's only lightly warm on. So this see if it does anything. See if we're still getting the same sort of distortion. Like it wasn't happening with the Roux. So I think we're actually okay with these heavy cast iron things. Now, something I do want to test. My mom has induction compatible pans. You know, they're actually made by the same company that makes this induction burner. And I'm curious. I am curious if that's going to have any difference in like how it behaves with the everything, you know? Obviously, my cast iron is not having the issue. So my train of thought is I'll probably just stick with cast iron as much as possible. The everything, yes. God, I need to work on my exposure settings. Bring that up a little bit more. So yeah, at the very least, this also has been really fun, just learning how to do all of this, right? Learning that I need to figure out exposure settings for our camera, because I'm sure there are some. It's just on an auto mode right now. Where'd my water go? I'm so silly. It's over here, right next to my other bottle of water. This one's going back in the fridge. ADHD moments, am I right? Okay, that's good. I'm just gonna stick with this. One less thing to clean. All right, everyone in the pool. Immediately, this smells amazing. Again, I love and adore bell peppers. Double fist in the water sippies. I love bell peppers. I love onions. So this is probably something I could just eat right out of the pan. Put this on a pizza. Oh, shit. Gonna get some salt in there to help pull out some water, as well as season, right? Also a note on using cast iron, or really any pan that doesn't have like a thermally protective handle. Eventually, this entire pan will get hot. It will just kind of reach a thermal equilibrium, basically. And this handle is going to get scorching hot. If you grab onto it, it's going to hurt. I had the fortune of seeing that happen to someone many years ago. I had made nachos, and everything was in the pan. They grabbed a spoon, grabbed the handle. It was like, ah! And by the way, that pan is pretty hot. Watch out. Then bring this up most of the way so we can help get all that water out of there. While that's doing and thinking. Make sure we have the rest of our tools, the rest of our ingredients. Where'd my lentils go? There you are. My recipe that I posted in the Discord called for red lentils. I could not find red lentils, so I got this normal lentils. Do I think that's going to be a problem? No. No, I don't think that's going to be a problem. But I do know one thing. Only one thing. The rest of life is a mystery. But this one thing that I know is definitely not where is my half measuring cup. Lentils do need to be rinsed. That's a pizza cutter. It's a quarter cup. Why must everything leave me? What are you? You're a cup. Okay. Where's my tiny colander? Oh, there you are. Oh, smelling some burning. There we go. Aha, not burned. Caramelized. Moon. Yes, yes, we're looking for those tasty little bits of brown. That's where the real flavor is. Now, if we were like properly caramelizing these onions, it would take a while. There's a big lie, basically, in cooking articles that say you can probably caramelize onions in 10 minutes. No. 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 I'm sorry, no. Like, you can get some browning on them, and they'll be softened and translucent. But a proper caramelization, like if you were to make a French onion soup, that takes a while. And patience. I'll have to do that one time. It's like almost risotto level patience. Traditional risotto level patience. Going back down. I do not make risotto in a traditional way. I've done that once. It was really good. I'm hesitant to say it was bullshit, the method. But when I found out you can do it in a pressure cooker for about 90% of the effort, sorry, 90% less effort. Gee, I wonder which one I'm going to do. Lentils. Yeah, shh. That didn't happen. You didn't see anything. This is a full cup. We just get to eyeball a half cup. No, that's about fine. See what? Nah. Nothing. There's nothing to see here. You wish you saw something. But there was nothing to see. Not a ding-dang thing. If at any point while you're doing this, you notice it starts to look dry down in the bottom of your pan, like really dry, You should probably go ahead, add a little bit of oil. Otherwise, things will start to stick and burn and be a bad time. It's not the tasty treat we're after. I'm guessing this is... okay. It's not too hot yet. We're getting there. We're almost there. While we have a moment, I'm going to rinse these lentils. Whenever you work with dry beans or lentils, or, you know, pick your similar thing. You're rinsing them off and looking for things that are not food, like rocks. Because that happens sometimes. And I don't know about you, but I am not from the Never-Ending Story. I do not eat rocks. But if you are, and you do, I want to get to know you. You're probably a really interesting person. See how fast that goes from, like, normal cooking to almost burned? Alright, everything is pretty soft. Looking pretty translucent. Legumes. Legumes. Legmes. I don't know if that worked out. Alright, yeah, like I said, everything is soft. It's getting translucent. I'm gonna go ahead and just take a quick little bite of one of these celeries. That is delightful. That's exactly what we're looking for. So we're gonna throw our garlic in. We're gonna cook this until it's fragrant. Then we're gonna kill our heat, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, again, garlic does not take long to cook. I'm gonna go kill the heat now. There's gonna be enough heat trapped in this cast iron. Really, any pot, any pan. Enough heat trapped in there to cook your garlic the rest of the way through. See, it's starting to get just a little dry, and they're starting to get some stickage happening. That's okay. It's fine. Keep stirring this through. Okay, time to double check what I'm doing. Because this is not a recipe that's just in my head. Lastly, add Creole and Old Bay seasoning. See, I almost forgot about those. So the Creole seasoning, I posted a thing for a generic Creole seasoning if you do not want to use a pre-made. And I thought about trying to make my own. I know I have Old Bay around here somewhere. I sure hope I do. I know I did at one point. However, when you are Googling Creole seasoning, like even recipe, loads of people will be like, don't even bother. Just get Tony Chaucer's, or the other one was called Slap Yo Mama. I can get behind those names, that name specifically. Did I actually throw my Old Bay away? Golly. Am I gonna have to look up what's an Old Bay seasoning really fast? Well, Well, this is not ideal. Shit! Oh, thank God. It's like, I know I had some of this. Old Bay. Yes, Bay, like body of water, not your significant other. That's such a stupid joke, I'm so sorry. And we want about, what was it, a teaspoon of each? Yeah. So, like I said, I got the Tony Chaucers. I've had this for a while, but it's still fine. The only thing, it's also open. The only thing I don't like about using pre-mixed seasonings is they all have salt. So if you want to like actually control how much salt you're using in things, maybe not use a premix. That's all. Otherwise, no, I don't have big qualms about them. And then the Old Bay. One of each. What is an Old Bay? 18 herbs and spices, born in the Chesapeake Bay Area in 1939. Celery salt. Spices, including red pepper and black pepper and paprika. It's good to know. All of you trying to decide if you should commit to a joke or not. Thank you. I'm glad someone has noticed. Sometimes my ambivalence knows no bounds. Alright, just gonna give this a good stir. Make sure everything is mostly coated. I don't want me to throw the okra in there too. And Creole, stir, stuff. Hold on, at what point am I supposed to put it in with the roux? Excuse me. And celery, bell pepper, cook into the stir and garlic, cook until fragrant. Lastly, add Creole, stir so they coat the vegetables lightly toasted about a minute. Stir in the diced onion, stock, and lentils. Boil, no. They turn hot sauce, liquid smoke, give the cooled roux a good stir, add it to the pot. Interesting. Rice is ready. Okay, this vessel is not big enough for everything. And apparently the roux goes in, like, later. So we're gonna transfer it over to this and then transfer everything else into this. Oh yeah. That's a beautiful baby roux. This is a good pot. This is a really good pot. Thank you again, Mom. Nothing sticks to this enamel. Alright, that's probably fine. I do love my rice cooker. It has the jams. Go there. And that is warm. That is a warm pan. This is also warm and is definitely testing my holding capabilities. There we go. All right. There we go. Transferred. Cool. So where are we at? Tomatoes, stock, lentils. Start getting it heated. So this is our onions, bell peppers, celery, garlic, and seasoning. Specifically the Old Bay and the Creole seasoning. So now we got our tomatoes. Give that a quick stir, quick swizz. Got our lentils. Kitty, you had mentioned legumes. Are lentils legumes? I don't know what a legume is and what isn't. I'm really curious now. And then our stock. Where is my big measuring cup? There's my big measuring cup. Yes, lentils are, oh, that's neat. Like a new peanuts are legumes. They are not nuts. No, I have chicken stock in there, never mind. We're keeping this vegetarian. All we want is 3 cups. Or there's a boots. We have used butter. I think butter is okay for vegetarians, if I remember correctly. Not for vegans. Feel free to correct me if I am mistaken. In fact, I encourage you correcting me if I am mistaken on that. I think that's a good thing to get straight. We're gonna keep this around, this stock around, just in case we need to add more liquid. We'll rinse out the can and recycle it later. So where are we? Cover and allow the lentils to cook undisturbed for 15 minutes. Okay. Cool. All right, we're gonna be in a holding pattern. Once this comes to a boil, and then we drop it down to a simmer. So, pretty sure you're correct about the okay, thank you. And that might also be like a personal preference sort of thing. You know, you could say you follow a vegetarian diet and not consume butter because it is an animal product. Maybe. But I do think, yeah, the general guideline is, you know what? Before I start talking out of my ass, I'm gonna stop talking. Yeah, vegans avoid all animal byproducts. Yes, that one's easy. That's easy to figure out. Was an animal involved in the creation of this product? Yes, not vegan. Vegetarians start throwing the loopholes in, and that's okay. Heaps of different lifestyle system. Yeah. And then you also start getting things like pescatarian. Only consume the, hello? Only consume the seafoods. Whether or not honey is allowed. Ooh, that's right, I've heard that as well. And I don't remember the overall outcome. I need a spoon rest. Depends on your view. Animals are bug. Okay, if your view on if bees are animals and if bug products are allowed. That is an interesting debate to have. Like, yeah. Because then you could start getting into, there are the proponents of using more bugs for protein. You know, there's cricket chips. And like did I see ant flour? Maybe. That might be something I've come across or seen, but definitely the biomass of insects is supposed to be so much more than what is displaced by humans and animals. You know, there are more bugs on this planet than any other animal put together, pretty much. So would it be okay to eat them? And I think that comes down to how squidgy people are when it comes to taste and presentation. Would I eat crackers made of crickets? Yeah, I would try it. Would I eat a bug? I don't think I would. But like, would I eat a cow head? Like if you just roasted a cow head and a cow head and handed it to me, would I eat that? Probably not. But then again, was that? It might have been an Anthony Bourdain or some other food and travel show. They were in the Middle East somewhere, and the dish they had prepared was basically a goat head boiled in milk and served with a handful of vegetables. And there was the goat head and rice, and there was the goat head just on the platter. And I'm definitely coming from a cultural perspective where I'm not accustomed to that, and that seems extreme to me. Like, I don't go out of my way to have brain and tongue. That being said, lengua tacos are divine. So good. Comes down to what resources required to produce this, how much damage is. Yeah, that too. Religious diets, yeah. That's a whole kettle of fish that is difficult to get into. All right, we're gonna bring this down to the simmer, because that's close enough to the boil. Is it? Almost. Making sure nothing burns on the bottom. Looking for a little bit more activity around on the sides, but actually, it smells so good. It's ridiculous how good this smells. So yeah, should start eating bugs. All right, actually bring this down now. Lid goes on. We're gonna kind of center that up in the frame. And man, we got like 15 minutes to burn. Any requests? Any silly games you want me to poke around at really fast? Could do a round or two of Tetris Effect. Could do a little bit of Cluster Truck. Get lost in Hollow Knight, dude. The food will burn. This whole pot, including the metal it's made out of, flames. All right, we got one for Cluster Truck. We got one for Tetris. Find a recipe and make it. Actually, could I do something in 15 minutes? What do I have available to me? You know, technically, I think I could make some aglio I meant for the bugs. Oh. Found a bug recipe, make it here. You know what? Dig up some bugs and improvise. Let me go get my worm growling stick. Whatever those are called. I don't know if y'all have ever seen those. It's a stick. You drive into the ground and you got this like toothed other stick and you grate it across the top and just brings tons of worms up to the surface. Some Steve Aoki. Some Steve Aoki aioli. No, what I was just thinking was aglio e olio. It's garlic, just slice up garlic, red pepper flakes, and olive oil. It's another one of those stupid, easy, crazy fast dishes that you throw together when you're really tired, or you throw together and you want to impress someone, and they're like, oh my God, how'd you make this? It must have taken forever. And you're like, oh, you know it did. This is me slaving away, but it was just for you. Now come on, give me some sugar. And then they slap you, because that's not what was intended at all. And it just goes downhill from there really fast. I don't want to talk about it. I need to find a clip or something for this bag. I think that'll work. Oh God. So yeah. Let's do a little bit of Tetris. Tetris is good while we wait. Let's go give this a stir. Damn it. Threw away my paper towel. It was my spoon rest. So much water. So much water. Yep, just a couple rounds in Tetris Effect should be good to give us enough time for the lentils to cook through. At which point we'll have some okra to throw into the pot. We'll have some hot sauce to put in there as well. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, the roux. Can't forget the roux. That would be awkward. But yeah, we are almost done. So, oh, jeez. Well, no. Golly. Epic has taken over my screen. I need the screen. Alright, game is still there. Epic has taken a while. Let's figure out the credentials. Maybe we're gonna do closer truck. Because that one is, steam is usually a little bit better, I guess. I don't know. I've never had the Epic launcher take this long to open. Whoa, there it goes. Maybe. Did I just have to complain? Hey, Valorant has an update. I've never played Valorant. I've heard good things. I've seen a couple streams of it. Doesn't seem like a terrible time. Okay, here we go. Maybe. It's chugging, but it's working. Ooh. I know, this is not very entertaining. Here we go. Here we go. Let's... That should be good. That should be enough of a view. You can... Here, let's do a little bit of framing of the table as well. Let's get like right over here. And go ahead also give this a stir while I'm standing right here. Yeah, this should have enough time for a round or two of effect. Oh yeah, I forgot I do have music playing as well, don't I? My favorite game. One of my favorite games. Okay, let's take a look at... We'll just do a chill marathon? Nah, we'll do a quick play. I don't think I have time for a playlist world. I can't do all clears, don't like combos. Yeah, mystery mode is fun. And we'll stick with the deep. Now, it's been a while since I played any Tetris. I'm sure it'll be fine. Once I remember how everything works. 15 speed or nothing. Whoops. Oh, wait, what's that? Oh. I forgot how this works. cool. Like I said, it's been a while. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. When tighter, filled more size, maybe. Be more specific of what you're asking there, because what do you mean crop it tighter? Hello, you're a big boy. Fuck off. Oh, good. This is actually where I'm going to die. Chop the sides off. Make the Tetris board fit. Not right now. That's a great idea for some other time. It's weird and tricky to do that sort of cropping just on OBS. I like that idea, though. I do like that idea. Because I think I see what you're talking about now that I'm actually also looking at, or stealing glances. Yeah, we're just gonna go throw that in there. Ah, shit, my least favorite. Other way, yeah, actually that's fine. It's fine. I forgot how much mystery mode is just brutal. It's rude. No hold, okay. I didn't want to hold anyway. Why would I want holds? I want to make things easy. No. Never. Whoops, actually. Let's get, oh, that's a whole piece. A whole dang piece. Too much dependencies. I should have pushed that to the side. was an okay. Oh, okay. Ice storms are pretty neat. I can smell the food. It's just about to the point where I need to give it that good old stir. In fact, it's probably already there, but it's fine. It's fine. What to do with that big tea now that I now have? Ah, shit. It doesn't matter, I'm gonna die. Actually, other side. Can I get over there? Yes, I can. That's... Ooh. You're not what I thought. But there's something about the sound of the countdown that I do like. Something cathartic about that, even though it means usually pain, suffering, agony. Oh no! I should be playing this particular board in VR. No. So one thing I do like about mystery mode is that it's just, for me at least, a war of attrition. Like, eventually I will tap out. There's no two ways about it. Just like, when is that going to happen? How long can I prolong the inevitable? Okay, well... too much dependencies. Well, there it was. Put Temple Run on the side of TikToks or what? Oh, I forgot about that. That is a thing. That's fun. That is a fun one. All right, let's... get rid of the kiddie games. Actually, I should probably just exit out. Okay, let's see what we're working on. Let's see what we're working with. I can smell it. Yeah, it's not impossible to crop it and get it looking like that. Not impossible. Just take some forethought. Okay, How are we looking? How are we tasting? Because this is about the time that we start checking seasoning. Lentils are looking pretty much the same. That was not cold. I did not let that cool down enough. My mouth is only slightly burned. But I think lentils are soft. I'll let this cool down just a little bit more before I take a bite. Yep, it tastes pretty soft to me. We've got some good flavors happening. I'm gonna go ahead and add some of our... I just went with Tabasco sauce because that seemed, pretty appropriate. Whoops, I lost my preview. Seemed pretty appropriate for what we're making, right? Where'd you go? There you are. Tabasco has like certain Cajun Creole kind of vibe to it. If you don't like spicy, don't do this. We're just gonna go ahead and put in about that much. We're gonna go kill that heat and bring in our okra. This okra has been sitting off to the side for a little bit. It's pretty much cooled down now. We do got some nice little bits of char on it, which is great. Exactly what we want. Oh, in you go. Again, that's going to help thicken up the whole dang thing. Add some color as well. It's looking very kind of bland and red, and now it's looking like Christmas. And we have our roux. This has been hanging out here this whole time. It is that nice, deep, dark, like cinnamony color. You can also see it's kind of separated into its cooked flour and its oil. So we're gonna give it a quick little stir to remind it of its past, of its previous origins. This is gonna help it disperse throughout our gumbo as well. So if it's just like one big clump of roasted flour, it's not gonna do anything. This needs to float around and permeate to do its magic thickening dance. This thing is gonna give this gumbo some cheeks. There we go. In the pool. We got flavor, we got thickness. I'm actually gonna bring this heat back up one more time to about there. We just want to bring it to a little bit of a simmer to let the okra kind of heat through again. We got the roux to do its thing. I forgot a thing about the rice. It had finished. I meant to take it out and fluff it a little bit. So while this is coming up to temp, let's do that. Now the kind of standard approach would be to serve your gumbo on top of it, on top of the rice. I am lazy. I am a lazy guy, you know? And I'm a big fan of just mixing the rice in with whatever you're serving it with. Yeah, see, it was starting to get a little bunched up, a little hard. Just got to break up those starches. There we go. Nice. Look at how thick this became all of a sudden. It went from like a loose soup to a hearty stew really fast. And that, my friends, is the magic of a roux. It's the whole purpose of the dang thing. And again, the okra helps with that as well. It releases its gooiness. That grabs onto all the liquids and moistures as well. So again, we gotta test for seasoning, gotta see how we're tasting. Doubling up on our utensils. Hold. Go kill that heat really fast. Not gonna burn my mouth again. It's a bad time. Okay. Yep, the Tabasco adds, a little bit more acid in there as well, which is good. Acid cuts right through a lot of those deep savory flavors, which aren't bad, but it adds a little bit of contrast. Sometimes that's what cooking is. It's adjusting contrasts and putting in different perspectives, I guess you could say. The acid in the Tabasco is really good for that. Cuts right on through and brightens up the whole dish, as well as adding, just a little bit of that background heat. It's not spicy at all. There's hardly anything in here that is spicy. In fact, it's only the Tabasco. We're gonna go and burn our hands by grabbing the rice, and then we're going to dump it all in there. Because again, I'm not looking to be serving it on top of the rice and be like, oh, look at that, it's served on the rice, and now I got to mix the rice in with my lone bowl with all the gumbo on top. Just go ahead and mix it up to start with. Oh, this is also kind of like the idea of you get your spaghetti. I know some people like to put their spaghetti on top of their noodles. Put their marinara on top of their spaghetti noodles. And they say it tastes different. I don't think it tastes different. I don't believe in that. I think it all tastes exactly the same. Hey, Warden, what am I making? I'm making vegetarian gumbo. You've got some onion, bell pepper, garlic, celery, a couple tasty seasonings. Whole slew of good stuff. The recipe is up on the Discord. Looks good, thank you. I'm looking forward to eating this. It's gonna be my meal for the next couple days, so I sure hope I'm gonna and look forward to eating it. Warden, how are you doing? How goes your day night? Alright, don't need this, don't need that. Keep my tasting spoon for another minute. I don't think I need it anymore. VOD to be uploaded to YouTube channel, exactly. With a playlist, and the VOD, when it gets onto YouTube, will also have the recipe on there as well. All right, we're going to get ready for our final shot. It's also going. It's going pretty well. Ugh. Heavy. Yep, work's been going well. School has started up. Things are just getting busier. But otherwise, really good. And I get to relax for a little bit before getting into other stuff by making a nice tasty dish that will sustain me for about a week. Because again, I do not know how to cook for only one person. I tend to cook for an army when I do. Hey there, Alf. Yo, how you doing? Welcome. And Mel. Goodness, everyone has showed up. I'm glad to see y'all. How's the day nights been treating everyone? Not being able to cook for one person, like it's overrated and ridiculous. It don't need to happen. I can go back there. Oh, they're lovely. Yeah, Elf, cooking is going well. We're just about done. I'm kind of doing the plate up now. The real life plate up. Not the pie plate up with gecko. Beyond exhausted? Ah, nah. To revisit Hollow Knight? Nice! How'd that go for you? Okay, don't need that anymore. And bloop. So we already tasted for seasoning. We're pretty good on the salt and pepper front. I'm just gonna do a little bit of that, do a little bit of this. Bloop, bloop. And we'll get our zoom in as well. See if we can get kind of both of these in frame. Been too long. Are you dog shit? Oh, nah. Let's see here. Well, I can definitely get one. Yep. There, we got Daddy Gumbo and Little Gumbo. Don't talk to me or my son ever again. Brah! There we go. Ta-da! We did it. It's food. Your tiredness on terrible. Oh, you're getting a lot of smoke down there, aren't you? Or up there. Over there. Off yonder. Oh, and let's also not forget. I guess Hubba. Hubba's not here to request. You get one free hand heart. Alright, let's now that we're all plated up again, or not again, now that we're all plated up, let's do the proper taste test. So thick. Dummy thick. Exactly how gumbo should be. That's the roux. That's the roux. Try not to burn my mouth again. Air quality was... I just realized I don't know what the rating for air quality means. But 221, I'm guessing that's like, you know, particulates per an amount of area in the air. And that sounds like a lot. Guys, make this. This is so good. By how far you can see, right? And what shade is the air? Is it yellow? Ugh. It's very unhealthy. It sounds unhealthy. Things you can omit if you don't like them. I think maybe tomatoes. If you don't like tomatoes, you can probably leave those out. That might be a little less quote-unquote traditional. The okra is also kind of mandatory, because again, that helps thicken things up. Different hot sauces if you don't like Tabasco. You know, you can do your Valentino, you can do your probably Frank's if you really want. Just whatever hot sauce you feel like using, not necessarily for the heat, but I think it's more for the acid that it brings. Because again, that cuts through a lot of those heavier, savory flavors. Again, not bad, but there's I think I also saw, yeah, liquid smoke was an optional thing that the recipe called for. And I'm not missing like the smokiness you would get with if you were to be putting in like sausages, like andouille or something like that. I'm not missing that at all. This is really good. I'm sure Gumbo purists would argue that this is just a vegetable stew. I say fuck that, this is delicious. But if you want to add sausage, if you want to add shrimps, crawdads would probably be a pretty welcome accompaniment to this. But I can just do whatever you want. You want to add steak to it? Add steak. I'm not going to stop you. That sounds amazing. Actually, yeah, chicken would also, yeah, add whatever you want. Add everything. Put everything in there. I bet you won't. I dare you. Because this is good. And if you want to keep it vegetarian and possibly vegan, again, oh wait, no, butter. Never mind. It has butter. It's not vegan. Lord. Put in bugs. Yeah. We're talking about crickets. Crickets and ants. Throw them in there. Be sure to get them from Louisiana so it can be authentic. Gumbo. Stew me up some gumbo later this week. It's gonna be divine. And bring it to the potluck for after the shindig. That's too good. That's too good of a name. We're gonna need to trademark it and patent it. That way other people can't use it. Then we're gonna be rich. It'll be like, I knew Broken Snare before he was the grand poobah of Gumbo. Not bug gumbo if the ants aren't from the buggy region of Louisiana. Exactly. It has province. It has prestige. It's the champagne of gumbo. Oh man. All right, everyone. I think this is it. I think we did it. I think it's food. I think it's delightful. This is I'm really looking forward to eating this for a week, and then probably not for a while. So, cool. Yeah, another bite before we start really winding things, or yeah, before, whatever. Hold on. Hold on. Botha or Maple? Let's see Botha. I don't think we've popped in on Botha's stream in a little while. Or ever. No, we have. We have. I think, maybe. I don't know. Botha's adorable. But yeah, what time is it? 7:40. I know I have some school stuff I need to kind of look at and address. So I don't think I'll be doing a game stream later tonight. So we will be back probably Sunday, actually. Sunday? Yes, Sunday, probably. And I might even be at Mom's house. But overall, you know, we'll see how it goes. I'll keep y'all up to date within the Discord. And don't even bother looking at my Twitter, because I don't do anything with it. It's just there, collecting dust, wishing I was more active. Yeah, that's all I got. So again, thank you all so much for hanging out. This has been a hoot. It's been a holler. Thank you, Crush. And I had a lot of fun. Cooking streams are surprisingly such a great time. But until next time, I hope you all have good days and good nights. I will be seeing you soon, and I hope you all take care. Bye, everyone. And say hi, Botha, for me. Not for me. I'll be there too.
Hello, Broken Snare. Hello, welcome on in. How are you? Can I get a shout out for Broken?